Today's episode is brought to you by USCCA. Before you fire that first shot, stop. One moment can change everything. Will you be ready? Get the education, training, and self-defense liability insurance every gun owner needs. These life-saving resources help you protect what matters most. USCCA.
Welcome to Open Arms, an honest conversation about firearms. Hey everyone, we're finding more and more business owners coming to us to actually get trained on their first firearm so they can have it at their business. There's a lot of businesses out there that when you think about it, they could be kind of dangerous sometimes. Right, Nikki? I mean, even when you walk into like a convenience store or something like that, do you ever feel uncomfortable sometimes?
Well, I always just make sure I know my surroundings. That's the key.
There you go. That right there, that point right there is perfect. Well, today on my show, I have Brian Cohen from the USCCA, and we're going to cover this topic in a little bit in depth. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, absolutely. And it was a great day yesterday, wasn't it?
It was.
It was
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I just feel like I want to work harder and harder and harder now. It's
I feel
weird.
the same. It's like a new hope, new direction.
Right?
A revival.
Well, what are we talking about exactly?
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the inauguration. It was fantastic. I mean, it was so amazing to watch that. Like I said, Nikki and I pretty much watched from start to finish, all the way.
I set my alarm clock and I was in front of the TV all day.
Yeah,
I spent my morning doing it, and then I had to get on with my work day. Yeah, like
fantastic.
you said, got you focused to work harder.
Exactly.
It's like, happy, I'm pumped. Let's go.
Beautiful.
Let's move forward. Yeah.
Awesome. So, Brian, what is your position at the USCCA?
So I am an account representative,
Okay.
account executive here in the Southern California region. My territory is basically from Burbank to Santa Barbara.
Gotcha. Okay. Very good. Now, you've been telling me and talking to me about these business owners and businesses that you feel are kind of vulnerable, and possibly, these guys are wanting to own their own firearm, get trained, stuff like that.
Oh, it's not even me. It's them that feel that they all of a sudden feel this need. Like you said, business owners, realtors, Uber drivers, things along those lines where you're in a situation where it might just be you and someone you don't know.
That's true.
Which it's a customer, so you feel like you have to be nice and representative, but then sometimes that is taken advantage of.
Yeah, I always thought about that, especially Uber drivers.
Oh yeah.
You guys, here you are. You're picking up a stranger in your car. It's just you and that stranger in your car on the drive. You don't know what that person's going to do. And I've seen a lot of like TikToks where things go down, it gets kind of crazy.
Yeah. And it's just, sometimes they just don't have that situational awareness to even know that they're about to be in danger. And, that's where the training part of it comes in.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you made that point. Situational awareness is key to this too. It's 100%. Not about just owning a gun and you want to pull your gun every time. You want to be aware and you want to try to rectify the situation before it even gets there.
Yes, absolutely. To see it come in your direction. I mean, I speak to this from experience. I worked for investors in real estate, and actually, one of my jobs, it was a house that was bought at auction.
Okay.
And I was negotiating cash for keys with the owner, and I knocked on the door, and he came and goes, "I'm not going anywhere." I'm like, "No, you're not, sir. Have a good day."
Oh man.
And I left, and we called the eviction lawyer, and it went down that path instead of trying to offer him something. But at the time, I owned firearms at the time, but I wasn't really, per se, a gun guy.
Yeah.
But I felt very unprepared in that situation. And even if I was carrying at the time, it probably would have gone down the same way.
Exactly.
But I made that decision that next time, God forbid, if this happens, if anything happens like this, I want to be more prepared. So
100%.
I felt very unprepared in that situation. And that's when I started seeking training and got the CCW, and that's what really has led me to this path to the USCCA, because I saw a company with the same morals, same culture, same path, and same wanting to help people.
Exactly. That's why I enjoy working with the USCCA. They're exactly like what my Open Arms project stands for, which is fantastic. Now, do you guys offer a specific class for business owners at USCCA, or is it just basic training?
So we because we've seen that need come up, we are building curriculum to that. Like we have a curriculum that it's going to be coming out soon for realtors.
Oh, very nice.
So along those lines, and to what you speak about business owners, I had a friend in high school who his family owned convenience stores, and he was in the back, working, just out of high school, and they were getting robbed.
Oh.
And they had a firearm in the back, and he actually used that firearm to defend his parents who were being held at gunpoint.
Very nice.
And same thing, like he's so glad he had it, but he felt very untrained, and like it just happened to work out okay.
Yeah, and I could see that being like every business is kind of unique in training. There could be different things, like for an Uber driver as opposed to a convenience store owner. So I think that'd be a specialized type of training program for sure.
Well, definitely all of them need to learn like a little bit of de-escalation.
Of course.
Uber drivers and like that, you don't know who's walking into the back of your car. Same with the business owner. Like, you think it's a customer, and then all of a sudden they're here to rob you, and you're like, oh, okay. Like, so that's, the first thing is the de-escalation. First thing is to like be calm in that moment. Because you felt like I've gone through the scenario before, at least in my head, in my, maybe I've trained my body. And then if it comes down to it, know that you have the skills, and that allows you to be calmer in the moment, which you get a better outcome.
Absolutely. I agree. So I never really thought about realtors, but that's true. They could be alone in the house. Someone comes in and...
I mean, I've heard stories over the years, realtors having an open house. So now... people know that person's there by themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, there's been cases of rape and murder and just assault, or maybe the realtor just walks in the person stealing from the homeowner.
Okay, here's a question I'm sure I'm going to probably get from a lot of people is, you own your business, you own your Uber, whatever. Do you have to have a CCW to have that gun at your business? But I think you would have to, being an Uber driver. Is that correct? Am I wrong?
You are correct. So under our state law, which is the one I know best, at home or at your place of business, if you're the owner, you can carry a firearm.
So you don't need a CCW.
You don't need a
at that
CCW
point.
for those. But at another residence or in your car or out in the world, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking because you're traveling with that firearm in a car, so some businesses, so to speak, would need one. Some would not.
Correct.
Okay, that's good.
Correct.
Yeah, because that's a lot of people are kind of. They kind of feel like they get deterred from that because they're saying, "Oh, I can never get a CCW and this and that," but actually you can. You see, right? I mean,
Bruin decision it really changed the map on that.
Yeah.
Even here in California, certain counties they are very CCW friendly. We're sitting in Ventura County, very CCW friendly. LA County until the Bruin decision, not as much.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be a celebrity or a politician.
Yeah.
You had to know somebody.
Exactly.
I don't even know how many, 20 million people live in that county, and I think before the Bruin decision, maybe 300 and something had a CCW. But now the general population can, as long as you have a clean record.
Yeah, I agree. Nikki, I've always told her she should get her CCW. But Nikki, question. Do you feel like if you to go get your CCW, you have to be knowledgeable in everything?
I don't know. If I even considered even doing that, I think I have a lot of questions in training. Like I have to be top notch if I'm going to even consider carrying a gun.
Exactly.
I don't know, but
that's what the training does for
Right.
you. They do that for you. And again, I just think it's just good to have. Just even though you're not always carrying, it's good to have just in case you are.
Absolutely.
Have that firearm with you.
It is, and I think that's just something. It's a big responsibility. You have to really be trained.
Yeah, I agree.
And yes,
It all starts with the first step, Nikki. So the USCCA, they're big on not only are they cover liability if you have to use a firearm in self-defense or any weapon, but there's a huge part of the training side. And I'd say that's even the bigger part of our business is just like what you're talking about, Nikki, is feeling prepared to, just not only go around the world like that, but if you have to use it,
Absolutely.
use it in the right way.
Yeah.
And there is extensive training available to all our members.
Very
and
good.
that's really part of the mission of the company.
So let me ask you this: when we have our training classes, we basically train people that are first-time gun owners that have their gun in their home.
Yeah.
One of our steps that we do for our training classes, we go to their house.
Okay.
And we train them in their home how to store the gun, how to retrieve that gun. What happens if you hear something crash, downstairs? Where's your family? Things like that. Now, would you guys do the same thing for a business, or do you go to their business too, or you don't do that yet?
We have instructors that
Okay.
would do that on a case-by-case basis.
They will, okay.
Yeah. We have an online curriculum, and that's the most part of the training we do, along with access to our network of certified instructors.
Oh, very nice.
So you can find people in your area that can give you that kind of training, absolutely.
USCCA. We help responsible Americans keep their loved ones safe. Get your USCCA membership today. USCCA.
Okay, so if someone does want to go contact you guys, they contact USCCA direct, and they will appoint them somebody locally. Is that how it works?
Well, through once you become a member,
Okay, got
you
it. Member
have
first.
access through your membership.
Okay.
And then you can get online and you can find out what classes are available in your area.
Yeah, and I recommend to everybody, be a member of USCCA. It's not that expensive, and it's worth it.
I agree. No, I think the training side of it pays for the membership.
Oh, yeah.
The insurance side is just a bonus, so that if you do have to use that firearm, at least you're not ruining yourself financially.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's good to know. So, have you heard any other stories out there that you train people that have actually used their fire, not really used their firearm, but it's been protected their business with a firearm or anything?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they come from. You don't hear about it all the time in the news.
Yeah.
But it happens all the time, and honestly, I think a lot more crimes are stopped just by someone being armed.
100%.
And whoever bad guy's coming in and like he sees you're armed, maybe he's going to change his mind.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not willing to risk his life
That's true.
for your wallet or to attack you or anything like that. It stops the crime before you even hear about it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, it's just like they always say, I mean, different other states that are open carry and whatever, and more gun friendly, less crime.
Oh,
It shows. I mean, this is
armed society is a polite society.
yeah.
Yes.
The statistics don't lie. It is what it is. I mean, they want everybody not to have a gun in California, and look at our crime.
Yeah, I've heard that in Texas. Someone cuts you off, you just wave and go, hello. 'Cause they're probably
Exactly.
armed.
You know that.
You don't want to escalate that any farther than it needs to be.
Everyone in Texas has a gun in their car.
Yeah. It's a safe assumption.
Some of that. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what's so funny. I have my CCW here in California. I also have my 48 state one as well.
Okay.
So I do carry in California, more than often. But when I go to Arizona, even though I have my conceal, I rarely carry out there because I feel so safe because I know everybody else is out there.
Yeah, it's
carrying stuff like
constitutional
that.
carry state.
It's really a weird feeling,
Yes.
I feel I don't need it, but
I tend to agree with you, and yeah, absolutely. When especially here in California, you get to know our laws, and then you go to other states where like it's a little more lax.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, this isn't turning into chaos. This is like everyone is
Exactly.
polite and nice and probably better trained because they have more access to shooting ranges and
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
true.
a little more accepted.
that is true.
I find I have young children, so when I take them to train, we go out to the middle of the desert, and that's 2 hours to get there, 2 hours to get back.
Exactly.
And so we probably go more often if we can do it in 10, 15 minutes.
Well, dude, I have a private range right here in Moore Park.
I'm still waiting for my invite.
You're invited anytime you want to
Absolutely.
come out there.
I will take you up on that.
In fact, we might be going out there this weekend too to do some stuff because we have we're doing a documentary and we're going to do some filming out there. I would say in the next 2 weeks we're going to set some stuff up. But we're going to go out there just to have some fun.
Let's do it.
I'll bring you out, man.
Yeah, you don't have to twist my arm very hard.
Yeah.
Especially here local.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is nice. Everybody who comes there said, "Oh my God, this is like paradise. It's so close and it's so nice." And you're alone. There's not a bunch of
that's what I appreciate about a private range.
Especially if you bring your kids too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's usually why we go out to the desert.
Exactly. When I took Nikki out for our first experience shooting, I take her like an idiot to an indoor range. And what happened, Nikki?
I went to the corner of the range and I was huddled in the corner. I said, get me out of here.
Oh, because it was so loud.
It was so loud.
I was scared myself. I said, okay, I'm in a room with a bunch of strangers in a locked door, in a locked room with the loud noises and the gunpowder smell. I was like, I need to go. I have to go.
I love that gunpowder smell, by the way.
See, Nikki, you just got rid of your whole first barrier to getting your CCW. You have a private range to train on.
Yes,
Anytime
exactly.
you want.
There you go.
Well, then he took me. He was smart. He took me outdoors, and I was able to fire. So
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, she's got the handle of things now. I mean, she's been doing everything.
She looks tough.
Yeah.
She scares me.
Doing the M4s and full autos, everything. We have a really, really cool shot of her with the mini Uzi full auto. And we did it in reverse, where the bullets are going in the gun.
Oh,
It's really cool.
Well, now I'm definitely scared of Nikki.
No, but yeah, it's all good. And I like the fact that USCCA really stresses on gun safety.
Absolutely.
That is, to me, that's the reason why I put the Open Arms Project together. I mean, I was so sick of hearing all these accidents happening. And again, a lot of my firefighters, I said it before, a lot of my firefighters and police officer friends said the worst call they go on is a careless accident in the home with a firearm. And we're trying to change that, and we're trying to get the word out. And you know what? It's actually working.
Yeah.
Because we're getting emails all the time saying, thank you for what you're doing. I now woke up. I got some safety training classes. And again, even as a kid growing up, my dad and my uncles trained me to be safe.
Same.
And when I would take my friend and I would go out hunting together, I'd see some of the stuff he was doing. I would yell at him all the time.
Oh, absolutely.
He'd have a shotgun on the ground and had his thumb in the barrel and just one in the chamber. It's just like, stuff like that. I cringe. That's why I want to, make sure that everybody's safe when they purchase that firearm.
I've had the same conversation with my wife because she grew up in a family that was not very gun friendly, and she was not of that culture. And when I was starting to introduce my boys to this, she has some hesitance to that.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I could train them, or maybe they're high school friends, maybe they're college buddies, people we don't know would be in charge of training them. Who do you think is a safer bet?
Exactly.
And that she never thought about it from that angle, like, oh, it's better to learn from dad. Because same thing. I went out with friends hunting and target shooting, all that stuff growing up, and people that didn't know what they're doing, you just take the firearm back away from them and go, no, go sit down over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to teach people. Okay, I got a story for you too. This is another one. Another thing we do in our safety classes too is ammunition. Now, ammunition meaning make sure you have the right ammo for that right firearm.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm at the range with a couple buddies. This is a while ago, and one of my buddies, I saw him over there. He's like trying to rack his gun. He just pushes his gun. Like, I don't know what is going on with this thing. He's like, so I'm like, let me take a look at that. I took it. I took the mag out. You have 40 caliber ammo in a 9mm pistol. You could, this could be very dangerous.
No, absolutely.
It could have blown up in your hand if you kept pushing it like that. You never know. But because that's one of the things we focus on. We say if you're going to use those cans and you're going to dump in bulk ammo, you make sure you mark that can and what that ammo is, so you know you have the right ammo for the right firearm.
Mark those cans. Mark the
everything.
Magazines.
Yes.
The upper, whatever you need to
Yes.
do. You got to make sure it all matches up 100%.
Exactly. And of course, the always treating the gun as loaded thing. Again,
Rule number one. Yeah.
I know I told this story before. Nikki probably heard it a billion times, but I'm going to tell it again just real quick. I bought a brand new M4 right from Colt because I have an FFL, so I can just get in that way. Sealed in the box.
Okay.
Get it in, open the box up, pull the gun out, pull the charger back. A live round flips out of it from the factory.
Someone was testing your gun for you.
So it's right there. Tells you. I don't care if you just finished cleaning your gun. And it's empty or something. Every time you pick that up, you clear it.
Absolutely.
You clear your firearm. Clear your firearm. It's a big one. That's a big one. I stress on because of that. Could you imagine if someone else was careless enough and got that thing and showing somebody, look at this gun I just got, and had their finger on the trigger or something like that? Oh.
And that's how catastrophic incidents happen.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know.
And, all it would take is one simple safety step just to avoid
all
that calamity. Yeah.
And that's why, again, I love, that we're piggybacking on you guys, this USCCA thing with the open arms. We all are out for the same mission, 100%. And it's a great mission. I love it. I love everything you guys are doing. I know you guys are at SHOT Show right now this week.
A lot of us are.
Yeah, and then you got a big booth there. Hopefully, get a lot of people over there. It'd be great. I always stress people to please look them up, sign up, become a member. It's worth it. It's worth every penny. Trust me.
At least have the conversation with us.
That's it. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
If we can help you, we'll help you. If that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We like you said, we're all in the same mission. We want to keep people safe.
That's it.
We want to, we don't want to hear about these incidents where someone gets accidentally shot or someone who gets gets robbed when it could have been prevented. It's all about, we're a family-friendly company, family-owned, and that's really where the mission first started. Was the owner realizing, like, hey, I have children now. I'm their protector, and it's. I think most people can get behind a mission like that.
Very, very, very good. Very good. Well, Brian, could people just contact you directly?
Absolutely.
So they can?
They can.
Okay. So what we'll do then, Nikki will put all your information in the description. So if people want to get a hold of Brian and talk to him about USCCA or anything, they want any questions or whatever, they can get a hold of you and find you there.
I'd love having a conversation with anyone. So absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
fantastic. And again, they don't have to specifically be in Southern California. It can be anywhere, correct?
Absolutely. If there's somewhere, we're a nationwide company.
Perfect.
So anywhere in the nation, and I could put them in contact with their local rep or so they can find the local training.
Great. Awesome.
Yeah, but I'd be happy to do that for anyone. Absolutely.
Sounds fantastic. Well, Brian, I really do appreciate you coming on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me on.
Having all USCCA guys coming on is fantastic.
We're all lining up. We're all watching each other's podcasts with you. So thank you for the opportunity.
Very cool, Brian. All right. Well, we'll get all your information up so people can find you and find USCCA. We'll put the website, all that good stuff. And anything else you have for Brian, Nikki?
No, that was a very interesting show.
Yeah,
I think I learned a lot, so that was great.
Yeah, it was really informative.
We're gonna get Nikki with a CCW.
We'll get it.
We're getting her protected.
I really do want her to get that, just to have it, And then I'm also, hopefully she'll come maybe this weekend because I really want to keep training her on the M4.
Yes,
I really do. In fact, I'm letting her use an A2, which is a little lighter version, lighter barrel. So I
100% agree with that because especially with 223 556. There's no recoil. It's just
exactly.
It's such a force multiplier, especially for a female or elderly, something along those lines. It's a firearm you can handle.
It's true.
But also is gonna stop most threats.
Yeah.
And I see that angle. Maybe because I have kids and I have parents that are older. Uh-huh. That they're not getting in a fist fight to defend their lives. So, they need something to equal the playing field if they're dealing with someone who's military age.
And think about it. You see Nikki there. She pulls out her M4. That person's going to think twice.
Oh. Surprise!
It's all good. Well, Brian, again, buddy, thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you for being part of the USCCA. Thank you for coming on the show. Again, we'll have all your information. It's been fantastic, and we'll keep bringing it back in if there's more stuff to talk about.
I'll give a review of the range day we do.
There you go.
Next time.
Perfect, buddy. All right, Nikki, where can they find us?
Well, you can find Open Arms on Instagram at openarms.tv, and we're on TikTok as well, Open Arms TV.
Very good. That's our show for today, and always remember, safety, family, and the Second Amendment. Have a good day.